We'll get started with Eric Engels from Sportsnet. Go ahead, Eric.
Hi, Nick. I have two questions for you. The first one is, and this might be a bit out of left field. I know you're used to answering about the Jets, but Dominique Ducharme was just named the head coach of the Montreal Canadiens. You obviously have experience with him. How would you describe kind of the balance between him being a calm, collected guy and the fiery, kind of passionate type of coach that you experienced in Halifax?
You know what? Obviously, he's got a bit of both, and I think every good coach in the league's got that. You know, you want your coach to be, to be talking to you and all that, and you also want your coach to be yelling at you when you're not playing the way that you should. So, that's how I experienced him in Halifax, and it helped me a lot. He's a great coach, and him being from Montreal, it's got to be pretty special for him right now. So I'm really happy for him. But he's a great guy, and he deserves this chance for sure.
Go next to Alex Bélanger-Champagne from La Presse. Go ahead.
Hi, Nick. A little bit along the same way. You just mentioned how he was maybe as a coach, but maybe as a person. You mentioned he helped you a lot. What are the things he did with you in Halifax that maybe can also translate to what he can bring to an NHL club where the relationships maybe are a little different between the coach and player?
Yeah, I mean, of course it is a little different, but he was really good at not just coaching a hockey team and coaching individuals with all the on ice stuff, but the off ice stuff too. He was a guy that you could always come talk to. And for me, a guy coming from Europe and being away from my family and all that for the first time, when they brought me in, I wasn't sure what to expect, but Halifax and all that made it so much easier, and Dom was a part of that. The whole coaching staff there was amazing. But I talked a lot to Dom all the time about the game, about the off ice stuff, and he's like I said, he's a guy you can always talk to, and with all his on ice experience, he knows a lot about hockey, and I got to develop a lot under him, and he was really good at it. So it was very exciting, and helped me get to where I am now.
We'll go next to Paul Friesen from the Winnipeg Sun. Go ahead, Paul.
Thanks, Gregor. Nick, I don't know how much experience you have with playing teams that have just gone through a coaching change, but how do you expect it would affect the Canadiens tomorrow?
I mean, it's a hockey game. Obviously they needed a change, and we're expecting them to come out prepared like they do every single game. So we're excited for it. It doesn't change the way we want to come out, and I'm pretty sure it doesn't change how they come out. So it's still another hockey game, and we're ready for it.
Next to Jeff Hamilton from the Winnipeg Free Press. Go ahead, Jeff.
Hey, Nikolaj, just given how much this team has juggled lines this season, whether it be through necessity of injury or just to create a different spark or to see a different look, what's the expectation as a player as far as how long you should stay on a line, or is it just one of those things where you kind of have the understanding things could get swapped up just like that?
I mean, that's part of it, and that happens on every single team in the whole world. When you kind of want to see something different, you switch it up a little. When it's not going well, you switch it up a little, just to see and if you can get something going. And we've had different line combinations, and sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. But we're professionals, and a lot of these guys have played together for a long time. So you know who you're out there with, and you know what qualities they have, what they do well, and you kind of know how to play with them. So I think for me personally, it doesn't change my game. So it's part of the game. Everyone plays with everyone at some point.
Go next to Ken Weeb from Sportsnet. Go ahead, Weber.
Thank you. Nikolaj, speaking of that, I mean, what's it been like to spend a little time playing with Kyle Connor? He's a guy you haven't played a whole bunch with until recently.
Yeah, we were talking about that. We hadn't played much together. But obviously he's a great player. I think that we're a little similar, with our speed. And he can skate. He can dangle through guys and makes great passes. He reads the game really well. So he's fun to play with, and with Stas in the middle, it's a pretty good line. So I think that we've been able to do some good things. We're still, I mean, we got chemistry there. They're 100%, and we've noticed that. We can see that. So it's just a matter of keep working on that, keep playing together, and help each other out there on the ice and off the ice too. So he's great to play with, and a lot of fun to play with too.
And final question to Eric Engels from Sportsnet. Go ahead, Eric.
Hey, Nick, this is just a follow-up on what I asked you before, but what's Dom's energy like going into a big game and when the pressure is on? Because you guys certainly faced some pressure when you were playing there and he was coaching.
Well, I mean, this is 6 years ago. So, maybe he's changed a little bit. I don't know. But, back then he was good at firing the boys up. And he wanted to get the boys fired up for the big games and for every single game. He expected things from his players, and he was he was obviously a guy where you just went out there and you knew exactly what to do. So they're gonna be pretty fired up tomorrow, I think. And we are as well. I don't want to lose to Dom.
Thanks very much, Nikolaj.